Hello friends, today I'm going to talk about QRadar event and flow related properties. And the important properties I believe is a timestamp in some circumstances like for triage purpose. So I'm talking about event and flow timestamps. So when the first is the event. So when I came to know about event, so what different timestamp associated with the event log. So the first is log source time. So log source time is basically the time when actually log is produced. So I can say when activity is actually happened, like login successful or login failure. At that time is recorded. That is called as log source time. And basically that log time is basically extracted from the raw logs from that native system. The second is start time. So start time basically when event is entered into the QRadar event pipeline. So as you know from previous video, the event pipeline start from QRadar collector. So that is the first time, that timestamp is tagged. That time is called as start time. And the last, the timestamp used is storage time. When actually event is stored at event processor or maybe at data node, and that time recorded as a storage time. So I will explain with the diagram. So you can consider the firewall. So firewall produce some log. So that is a log source time. When that log is forwarded by using syslog uh, towards event collector, and when log is received at event collector site, that time is start time. When that event collector forward that events to event collect processor, and then event is stored at event processor or maybe at data node. That time is called as storage time. So I hope you understood difference between three timestamp and why these are important, because we can see what is the log source time, start time, storage time, and if the difference is more, that means we are basically there is a latency something. So we need to check whether our event processor is under, overloaded, or maybe our network bandwidth is not good, like that. So the timestamp is very important for investigation process. Different event properties apart from timestamp, like when event is coming. So basically event is passed by using a parsing engine, and then DSM is or basically parsing engine available according to your data source. So firewall, different parsing engine available. For Linux, different parsing engine is available. And each and every event is uniquely identified by one identifier in QRadar called as QID, QRadar identifier. And how it made up from. So it creates by using the multiple fields like queue name, queue description, severity, and low level category ID. So these are the four fields coming together, and then it labeled as QID. So QID is a numerical form, numerical ID. So I already explained timestamps, and after that, there are some couple of event properties like relevance. So relevance is what the impact of that offense or impact of that event, in your network. So impact of that event. Just to ignore the offense. So impact of event in the network. Credibility. So how that event is important for you. That is credibility. And credibility basically decided based on your asset score. So whether it's a asset is in DMZ or asset is in your normal developer environments, or where actually asset located. So the credibility is basically based on that. Okay, and your trust also, because how you secure that asset, right? Severity. Severity is a if that uh, event is coming. So what is the level of potential damage to your, you know, uh, organization? So level of potential damage, and what is magnitude? So magnitude is nothing but it's calculated in QRadar. It's a proprietary formula by IBM. It's a com- it's calculated around relevance, credibility, and severity. So magnitude is calculated based on these three fields. Uh, I will go with the, okay, so consider this is the log activity in QRadar. And if I see there are event, and if I open this event, you can see here start time, storage time, and log source time. So basically the first timestamp you are getting is log source time at log source level, then start time when event pipeline is started, and then storage time. And apart from that, you can see so many different properties like source IP, destination IP, source asset name, destination asset name, and so many things. But important thing that I want to explain here is QID. So you can see here QID, and QID is basically QRadar identifier. And I explained already, this QID is made up from your Q name, Q description. So Q name is health metrics, Q description is this, then severity, it's 2, and low level category ID. So, so these four fields, creating your QID. So you can create your custom QIDs, or you can rely on out of the box provided QIDs by QRadar itself. The next point is after events, what about flows? So flows are also having timestamp, but flows are nothing but the records, and these records having packet time, first packet time, last packet time, and storage time. So first packet time is basically when actually flow session or record session that started. Last packet time when actually flow is terminated. And storage time basically flow is processed and stored in aerial database in QRadar. So I hope you understood the basic timestamp properties in QRadar related with the events and flows. Thank you guys. See you in next video.